Hi, my name is Scott Kirk. Welcome to 5-Minute Mentor. We've been talking about 3 people that you need in your life. You need a mentor. A mentor is someone who has been where you want to go and is willing to help you get there. They ignite your passion. Secondly, you need someone to mentor. Someone who catches your passion as you invest your life into them. And finally, you need a team. Someone or a group of people to do life with who will share your passion. I've told you about 3 mentors that God brought in my life. The first showed up when I was 19 years old. A youth pastor named Gary Tassone walked with me and talked with me and challenged me. And in that process, I discovered my purpose. Secondly, when I was working at Forest Home Christian Conference Center as a college student, I met Dave Hopkins. Dave believed in me more than I believed in myself. And finally, when Kate and I were planting a church up in the Bay Area of Northern California, I met Phil Claycomb, a mentor who equipped me to live out my purpose. A mentor is an incredible gift. And so right about now, you might be saying, I want a mentor. I need someone who's been where I want to go and is willing to help me get there. Well, let's talk about that for a minute. If a mentor is someone who's been where you want to go, the assumption is that you know where it is you want to go. And the reality is you may not know exactly where you want to go. So let me challenge you to take a prayer retreat. A prayer retreat is a time that you set aside to go away and get alone with God. A mentor of mine challenged me to take a prayer retreat and had such an impression on my life that I now take a prayer retreat every quarter. I set aside a day to go away and listen to God. As you do that, you'll discover where it is that God wants to take you. And so once you know where it is that God wants you to go in your relationships, maybe in a friendship, maybe in your marriage or your job or your ministry, begin to think about who are the people who are the way that I'd like to be someday in that area. Who do I want to be when I grow up? Who is someone I admire that I'd love to sit down with and have a conversation with and get some advice so I can become like them? Make a list of those people. And now that you have a list, the second part of the phrase is a mentor is not only someone who's been where you want to go, but they're also willing to help you get there. Here's the reality. Not everyone on your list is willing to help you get there. Some of them may be too busy. Some of them may not see value in helping you get there. And some of them might just not like you. That's harsh, but the reality is not everyone on the list is willing to help you get there. So how do you find out? You ask them. You sit down with them and you ask them, would you be willing to help me? A word picture is that you're on a journey. You're over your head. You're wondering if you're a bit lost. It's new territory, and you need someone who will help you by being a scout in your life. So you're daring enough to ask them if they'd be willing to get together and have coffee or lunch and share with them that you respect them and you just would love to give them some questions that they might be able to help you navigate this part of life. So, what do you do when you wind up face-to-face with them at the coffee shop or at the lunch spot or on the trail or at the happy hour? How do you keep it from being too weird when you're sitting eyeball to eyeball, wondering if they are someone who's willing to help you get there? Well, unfortunately, that'll have to wait until next week. But I look forward to sharing with you those things. But for today, let me end by challenging you with 3 things. First, would you take a prayer retreat? Would you set aside some time to get away and ask God where he wants to take you? Remember, if you'd like that book, send me an email to scott@myanthemchurch.com and I'll get you that book that we hope will help you like it helped me. Secondly, begin to make a list of the people who you respect and admire who are where you want to go. Make that list. And then third, talk with them. Take the risk. Tell this person how much you respect them and that you would love to just meet with them for coffee. Now remember, you're not asking them to be your friend forever. You're not asking them to meet with you every week. You're just asking them if they can sit down and talk with you. You can do this, and you'll be glad you did it. It'll make a major impact in your life. We'll talk more next week about what you do when you actually sit down with them. But until then, I hope your week is a great one. And may you enjoy all that God has in store for you. And we'll see you next week for 5 Minute Mentor.